Matter of fact, they're going to like me because I let them out of jail.
A lot of these motherfuckers would be a lot less apt to do shit like that if they had to deal with it directly. Just like back when all of these fucking people were protesting about, the wall and all this. And everybody wanted open borders. And so this one activist woman, she gathered up a whole bunch of illegal immigrants, and they went and camped out on one of the politicians' lawns. They didn't like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the same thing. Everybody wants this shit until they're the ones that have to deal with it.
Well, I feel like that about the healthcare and stuff like that. the people
absolutely.
voting on healthcare, they don't have to worry about it.
Well, there's a good example right now because Nancy Pelosi put forward a bill.
That is a worthless human, by the way.
Well, she put forward a bill that would limit the amount they could charge for certain drugs.
I actually would.
Trump.
I do agree with that idea.
Donald Trump actually read the damn thing and was pushing for it with her. He said, "This is a good deal."
That's what it's supposed to be.
That's
like.
How it's supposed
Guess
to work.
what? Frickin' Mitch McConnell.
He looks like.
Well, just wait. He's blocking the hell out of it. Going to shut it completely down. Well, guess what? Mitch McConnell in the past year has gotten $200,000 in contributions from
Big
pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. And that, you know what? I've said this before, and man, if I was in the national political theater, I would be assassinated. I would.
Well,
and here's why. I would have every one of those motherfuckers on a random audit, a financial audit, and be like, motherfucker, if you get caught taking money from anyone other than who you're supposed to, you're getting kicked out of office immediately for an ethics violation.
I think that...
Because here's the thing. You have motherfuckers that have been in office for 20 years making $150,000 a year, and they're worth $20 million.
Or 40
that
or
math
whatever.
don't jive.
Yeah, that doesn't work. I'm a federal employee. I know how the math goes.
Yeah.
And they're not... No, fuck no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, they... the people who represent us shouldn't be so removed from how we live.
Exactly.
See, that's the problem. They represent us, and they think they rule.
Well, but they also are completely out of touch with how most of us live.
Because
the day-to-day realities.
You damn near have to be a millionaire to run a campaign.
Oh, yeah. Just the way it's set up to even make a mark, to even have a shot, you have to have so much money at your disposal that by the time, that's what I've said, they're all crooked because none of them have our best interest at heart because they don't even know who and what we are. And they say, I got your back. No, then live like me. Live on the, that's like when...
There are a couple that I think do.
They're the exception to the rule. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, it's like, they always want to cut Social Security. Bitch, live on what you're asking a retiree to live on.
Or they want to raise taxes. That's my favorite. Is we want to do this fucking thing that's going to cost $800 trillion. Oh, we just need to raise taxes to 40%. Yeah. Whoa, fuck what?
Yeah, I mean,
that shit. And I am not a fan of socialized medicine. I think it's a horrible idea, but I do agree with price capping big pharma.
Oh,
it's like, man, you know what?
Yeah.
There is.
Look at
she
the
takes
guy.
an inhaler. She takes an inhaler. This fucking thing was almost $400. Mm-hmm. Thank God she doesn't have to take it as prescribed because that'd be $400 a fucking month.
Yeah,
and knowing goddamn good and well that it only takes 15 cents to make. Yeah, man, that's bullshit.
The thing. Like most people aren't a fan of government medicine until they're put in a place because they don't realize unless you have someone who is chronically really ill or has you don't realize the many ways that our medical system fucks us. Like the choices that have to be made, the ways that it's stacked against the common person. Let
me. I guess I should probably rephrase that. So I'm not a fan of Canada has their socialized medicine. I'm not a fan of that. Everybody has this same fucking.
I'm all for choice or whatever.
Yeah, I'm totally up for medical assistance. I guess would be the better way to describe it.
What I want everyone to have access to healthcare, and I don't want because you have like oodles of money that you get a better tier of healthcare than somebody that's worked all their life and does everything. They shouldn't die for lack of a medicine they can't afford. That's not right. No. And that's what ends up happening.
Well, the elderly choosing between eating and
just
buying
like chemo medicine. Isn't that like fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per pill?
Yeah.
I mean, what
the... that guy that has at the flea market down the road, he had brain cancer.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
and he said like the pills were like $1,000.
Oh yeah,
like
I believe it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
and I haven't seen him in a really
I'm
long
sure he
time.
didn't make it. I mean,
he had a brain tumor.
He was really sick. Like my dad's been gone a long time. Almost
2004.
Yeah,
I was about to say it's been over 12 years because we never met him.
15.
And so like back then there was a pill that when he was on chemo that because it messes up their stomach, they can't eat, and it was supposed to help with the nausea. And I want to say it was like $8,000 a month.
That's fucking stupid.
It's ridiculous.
That shit is criminal.
Criminal. It's literally criminal. Like,
well, it's not literally criminal, but it's fucking ethically bankrupt.
Yeah, how much were those damn nausea pills I got?
God damn. Yeah, what was it, like $500 for a fucking for like a 10-day supply of nausea pills? Here's the bitch.
Fuck?
With GoodRx, it was 22,
which proves it should never have been that high. In the first
there absolutely
place.
Needs to be a limit on like what
the
percentage.
Markup. Because if they can offer that, there's no reason anybody should have to pay
but
that.
I know, like Congress, Senate, whatever, they get special treatment on their shit.
Of course they do, and that's the problem.
They have a special fucking. Well, they have a lot of things.
Yeah.
Congress is actually on the GS pay scale, right? They're all GS-15s. But
unless they have to live by the same rules as everybody else, they're not going to change.
But here's where it goes sideways. They get special incentives. Did you drop something down your shirt?
No, I just touched myself and I realized my bra, and I was like, why are my titties coming out? But,
oh my.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's okay. They have a mind of their own sometimes to do some things.
They're GS-15s, but they get the special incentive pay, right? And then they're not on the same health care like I am. They're not under something from OPM. They're under a congressional health care plan where they don't pay for anything.
And they don't have deductibles. Everything.
They have 100% covered vision, dental. I have a crown that I've been needing for fucking 2 years now.
Right. And it's crazy that the people we've already established in order to be there, they've got to be very wealthy. So the people,
or at least be in bed with some shady fuckers.
Right. They're not hurting for money.
No.
So it's crazy that the people who don't need it can have access to all this with no cost. But you and I, who work, we literally are the people that make the country run. We don't have access to it. What the fuck? That's not okay. And it's just that's the problem. It's such a corrupt, dirty system from the inside out. I don't know the answers. I just know it's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Well, to implement the answers would get a motherfucker assassinated.
Oh, well, yeah.
For real. I'll tell you, this is because I haven't put a whole lot of thought into the actual issues, but I have thought about what the problems are. Or not that was stupid. The solutions. I haven't thought a whole lot about the solutions, but the problem, a lot of it is lobbyist.
Oh yeah.
That
whole thing is just.
You want to go and try to pitch your idea to me why I should think this way instead of that? Fine. But I think if you're a lobbyist and you try to give a candidate money, that's bribery. And if you're a candidate and you accept it, that is also bribery.
Lobbying should be trying to trying to show them your point. It shouldn't mean greasing the wheels with money, and that's what it is. We all know it is.
And that, like the Mitch McConnell thing, the $200,000. There's so many freaking loopholes. Every donation he's gotten has been over the limit, but they're not giving it directly to him.
Going through a PAC or something?
They're going through, and they're not even PACs. I mean, they're not even PAC. But they're giving them to these other things that support him, which also don't have to follow the rules that
See.
the PACs and everybody else has to. So that money's probably just going straight to him.
Yeah, that's shady as fuck. Okay. You know, that level of corruption.
Right.
That's why. And I didn't really intend on this going this way, but whatever. People can say what they want about Donald Trump's character. That's fine. I don't care. I don't think he's that great of a person as far as character. But you have to admit, he's got so much money, no one's going to buy him off. I don't think. I mean, you got $10 billion. You're not going to get bribed.
No, I don't think he's going to get bought off. But I think the problem is
He's out of touch.
Well, you think? But he's also morally bankrupt. I mean, there's not. We could talk for 74 years, and I couldn't say anything nice about the man. But he's still. I don't care how rich you are. If you're greedy, you're greedy. He's always going to want more. And it's not so much the money; it's the money and the power. And they're so intertwined. Like, he might not be able to be bought, but he has his hands in things, and by greasing this here and greasing this here, you know, in the end, it may not directly hand him $1 million, but...
Well, but, I mean, all of the presidents, like, I mean, look at the last one. He went in worth $2 million and came out worth $20. You know,
like,
so...
And I mean, it's top to the bottom, because
yep.
Our governor was not rich. He invested...
Siri's trying to be...
He invested like $1 million, and 2 years later got a $5 million return.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I wish everybody got that
It's like,
money.
damn, where do you find that?
You know what that was? Oh, they're talking about our president.
Yeah.
That
We
was
got to start recording.
that was the NSA.
Yep.
I don't like him, Siri. It's okay. I'm too apathetic to do anything about it.
Did you shut up, Siri?
Don't you knock on me, bitch. But yeah, I mean, politics and politicians just leave a bad taste in my mouth, because they don't. That's what bothers me, is that the common people think that they serve us. They don't. They think they do. I mean,
well, they're supposed to.
They're supposed to.
Yeah.
And people think because they're supposed to, they do. They don't. They serve special interests.
Well,
they
and that's why
serve big industries. They serve...
And some of them directly serve themselves.
When
self-service.
When this type of... Everybody loves a little self-service. when this type of government was put into place... being in Congress was never meant to be a career opportunity.
No.
It was supposed to be, you put your life on hold for 2 years, you go serve your people, you come back, somebody else's turn.
Somebody else goes, yeah.
Just like being the president. I mean, that was the same kind of thing.
That's one thing. I remember, little kid, talking about term limits. How has this been going on 30 or 40 years, and we still haven't done
because
anything?
The people that are voting on it are the people that's going to win it. Yeah,
it's kind of like voting yourself your own race.
They've done that.
Oh, I know.
You remember when they voted themselves?
I
They
remember.
voted themselves a 25% pay raise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. When has the working man ever got that?
Yeah, no shit. I'll tell you this, and I won't hesitate to say I think Nancy Pelosi's a worthless fuck, but I will say this: if I'm not mistaken, she got us a 3.1% pay raise this coming year.
Good.
Yeah. Well, since the previous administration, one of the first things they did was stop our COLA raises and cut our bonuses by 95%. Yeah, that was a kick in the dick. I didn't get a fucking COLA, a cost of living pay raise, for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But don't you know the cost of living still went up?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, fuck, guys. And I loved how it was, well, we need our federal employees to sacrifice. I was like, motherfucker, there's plenty of motherfuckers that can make a sacrifice a lot better than GS7.
Yeah.
But whatever, I didn't really...
The sacrifices never start in Congress, do they?
No, fuck no. No. And I found this out during one of the furloughs. Someone said, well, why don't we just stop paying Congress and see how quick shit gets done?
Because they're always going to get paid.
No, shit won't get done. It's federal law. You cannot, as a federal employee, which they are, you cannot work without pay.
Without pay. Yeah.
So they have to be getting paid to be in session. So that's why that's like that. But I do think that they should be making about GS11 pay.
Yeah.
You know, put them for real. Put them motherfuckers at $60,000 a year and see how quick they start changing.